we want to embark on recording London session, and it's 16th of July 2026. So we're gonna be tape reading in London. So I've just woken up. It's a great day. It's a very great day. So I've just woken up. I'm looking at price action. We have the midnight New York Open here, and then it's early. It's pre-London, so I'm trying to look at what the momentum is and what can be used to make a price move. So 000, I think this is the Greenwich Meridian time. Let me just call it because the markets operate at that time. So we opened up here. We've had Asia, and it has really been a consolidation, let's say, consolidating. So we opened up around here, and that is 7,521. So we're trading at 500, 521 as well. We opened up in Asia. A very tight consolidation here. We had a very nice run higher here, trying to run this high here from yesterday's afternoon session. So yesterday's afternoon session was really, let's say, muddy because this part of the New York session, we were going higher. We moved out of this daily. It's BC's buy side balances and efficiency. We went from the lower portion of that. BC went higher. A consolidation here ran lower in the afternoon session. Then we had this move higher. So I've talked about Asia after we ran higher, and then we had this decline here, and now we're trading right here after we've had midnight New York Open. So straight away, I'm looking at these as my relative equal highs here. So I'm like, price wants to run these highs here so far. So my bias is a little bit bullish, but you can see how price is really very difficult in trying to move anywhere. So we've opened up here, we ran higher, a little bit above this high here, and then we had this decline lower, and we've gone below this low. So ideally, my bias is bullish. So what I want to see is price going above this inefficiency here. This is a CB. I mean, it is the one that is very obvious around where we're trading at now. It's very obvious. So I want to see price go through it and then try to reach for this open, and then we'll see whether we'll try to reach for these relative equal highs. So it's interesting how we've managed to get this very small price action here, and then we'll see whether price wants to have just to run into this midpoint of this gap, and then maybe we'll run higher. So the only experience that I do not have is how to anticipate how London is going to trade, but the momentum is always the way. So this is supposed to be dark gray, and you can see ideally now we've gone through that midpoint of that inefficiency. So I want to look at a 1 minute time frame right here. So you can see we've run into that high here. Ideally wanted to see it run and close above this inefficiency, then we'll see whether we want to go into these highs. So you can see the 1 minute here. We've had a down close candle here. Very slow price action in here. So again, I've talked about what I expect to see. The buyers, we're ideally bullish, but looking how we closed after this efficiency, and this is not really appealing to me. Use the word appealing. It's really not. And you can see where we've closed with this candlestick here. So this is really not giving me the kind of idea that I want to see price do going forward. So this 1 hour is coming to an end. We are 1 hour pre-London Open. So the exact time right now is 7:57 a.m. my time. I guess that's in New York it's 12:57 a.m. because 7 a.m. my time is midnight New York. So we are early pre-London. So you can see the 1 minute here. It's really, let me say, struggling. I really did not want to bring this down here. I have my recording here and it's really kind of like disturbing and I cannot move it. Wow, so we've gone into this low here and it's kind of like getting an interest to run higher. So you can see the 1 minute is really interested. So we are bullish, but I must get some more confirmation that it wants to go higher. So what's the confirmation? I want to see price get above this mid gap of this gap, and then we'll be looking for buys to run higher. At least a buy around 520, 540s would be nice. So the 1 hour is coming to an end. Let's look at this 1 hour here. Wow, January. Come on. Yeah, we'll use that chart shift. I don't really want to bring this down here. Just use a chart shift. So 1 hour we've closed. 1 hour, and you can see the 1 hour from yesterday's. What time is this? This is 8. That's basically yesterday's afternoon session. Ran higher, running higher. We've got this retracement here in today Asia, and now we are running higher. So that's interesting. So we moved from around 510. Now we're trading at 520, 523. This is a very nice and interesting run higher after we've just opened up this new hour. So I wanted to see it run above this midpoint of this gap here, and then now we'll go into the 1 minute and try to look for a trade. So those are very interesting run higher. So I basically want to buy that 520 level. So, oh, what account is this? Because in my normal account, in my funded account, this price does not behave like that. So it's really not it. So let's change this up. So here we are. Change that. And now here we are. Chart shift. Here we are. So very nice kind of like turn of events here. After we've ran these a little bit of buy side, I mean a little bit of sell side. So ideally I want to see it come back to that 520 level, and we'll try to buy that 520, and then we'll see whether we can get 540s. So I'm not interested in 525s, 524s. So we have a down close candle here. Maybe we'll just see it run higher. So that 520 is was an interesting buy. So let's look at a 15-minute chart here. So you can see we've been going higher. I've talked about this. We went up a little bit above this here. We went lower below this low here. This that one. And now we're running higher. So we're remaining with 1 minute, and then this 5 minute will close. So I'm expecting a retracement here. And then I'll be expecting to buy that 520, or else if it goes back to 510, even better. So 528 now. This is just wow. So you see, one thing we've done is gone through this inefficiency. Very nice. And that's ideally what I wanted to see. We're almost at 520. We're 523, 522s. You can see that gap lower. So this means we'll run a little bit lower. So we've not touched 520s, we just touched the lowest I think we've touched is 523. This low, this candlestick's low is I don't know if you can, no, you can't. So we just use, then this one does not show. So just use this. That low is 519. So 519, if you add to that, is 521. Never touched 520s. And this low is 519 still. So it's 527. It's really getting a. We are really we are bullish. We are bullish. That has not changed. but I want to see that kind of like a very interesting retracement, and then we shall push higher. 523s, 524s. That's 522. So 521, 520, 519. So let's try that 519. Sorry. So we bought 519, that's around 520. So I'm expecting price to start running higher. So we are stepping on this mid gap. I've been talking about bullish prices, so I'm still expecting price to go higher. So all that matters is when this 5 minute will close. And we've gone below this low here. We're going higher. So we're waiting for it to kind of like deliver. So trading in London has really been interesting to me, because London normally has very nice consistent price swings. That's why I'm trading the momentum here in London today. The momentum is this 15 minute. We've had very nice push up higher from I think this was in London, I mean Asia, that is around 415. So very nice push higher, and we've had a very minor consolidation here. We've gone below a low here, and now we've really been pushing higher. So I want to see this price start to push higher. So we're trading at 508, 510. My highest concentration is right here on this chart. So I bought 519. We are around a couple of points, actually a lot of points lower. So from 519, we're trading at 501, 502 now. So you can see the rejection from that low. That's beautiful. I'm trading at 514 now, 515. I talked about if we go into 510, that will be better. I mean, if you bought 510, this is a very nice run higher. So we're back to 519, around 517. So my highest concentration is normally on this 5 minute chart. I'm trading the momentum on this 5 minute chart. I'm never getting tense or anything. I'm just waiting for it to deliver. So you can see we've gone up to around the low here of this candlestick here is 500. Those are 20 points drawdown so far, and then we are back into 519, and now we're trading at 526. So my trade hypothetically is around 520. So if we see 530 and then we trade into 540, that will be very nice, and then I'll be done for today. So those are very nice run higher after we've gone lower. So we're trading a 528.9, 520, around 529. Trading a 530. Those are 10 points so far. 32, 34. So I want to kind of like be ready to get out of this trade if we trade to 540. So that's 535. We've touched 535. That 537, 36, 37, 39. So we've touched that 40. Again, let's do that one more time. 37, 39, 39, 40. That's it. So that's how we do it with momentum. And now if we look at here, that is the 9.86, and we are done for today. So from 519.86 to 539.79, I mean, this is not really the best of exits. I wanted to see it touch 540 and then exit at 540. So that's really nice. That's not really disappointing to me. That's what I am normally aiming for. That's what I was expecting. So that's this has been very nice price delivery here, and that's what I normally do when I come to trade London. So it's very early in London, very early. This trade has taken my entry was at 808.05. My exit is at 812. So there's 4 minutes. 4 minutes worth of my time, and you can see the delivery right there. So if I look at a 1 minute chart from this spectrum, so you can see the entry here. You can see the crazy drawdown here. So my entry was at 519, let's say 520, had a drawdown of up to 500. So that's a 20 points drawdown. That's a 20-point drawdown. 20-point drawdown. We've got an amount, a respectable amount of handles here, from 539.79 to 519.86, very so close to 20 points. Those are 19 point something. So $2 per point. That's what I do in London every single day. I have this funded account, and right now we are 4,936.72. So we are a drawdown of around $64. So that's very interesting. So again, we had this run below this low here. That was my kind of like interesting point of action. We've ran higher, and then you can see now we're trading at 551. And what's the target? The target is this, at these relative equal highs here, and you can see how price has really moved very fast from these lows here, running higher. And where is the target? The buy side here. So this is buy side, and you can see how it's really running higher for it, and we've taken it. So we've taken that buy side, and it's all about momentum, using ICT concepts. So that's beautiful. That's just beautiful. And it's kind of like every day in London, when I try to tape read and do this kind of things, it normally out delivers. It has out delivered. I mean, my exit here is at 539, around 540, and now we're trading at 560s. I mean, if I could have held it longer, you could have gotten another 20 points higher, depending on this, the way we've ran from these lows here. So I'm going to take this screenshot, and then we're going to call it a day. So today has been a success. After this, and then I'm going to capture also this here. And good thing now I have a video to come back later and see how price delivered. Beautiful price delivery right there. And it's early in London. I mean, these moves are very nice when it comes to early London. Early London, these price moves are very nice. So I came back to price. I was looking at this inefficiency here. I wanted to see it price go higher. That has been my bias all throughout this session. I want to see price go higher. This inefficiency here, I marked it up because I wanted to see if we break below this inefficiency here. Now that it has not acted as inversion, so I wanted to see it. If it does not act as inversion, then I wanted to see it break low and then head into this inefficiency here. Then we'll be in a very larger consolidation. So we've not done that. I was looking at here, we've gone below this low here, that is minor sales I taken out, and then I wanted to see it break above this mid gap. We did that, so here, and then when we were trading here, I was in on a long. We traded outside here, went down to 500. This candlestick's low is 500, 500.89, beautiful. And then we had this run lower from this low here because we are bullish. And then where does it run to? The buy side liquidity pool here that I had talked about. So my aim is normally 20 points. So I've come close to 20 points. Beautiful price delivery. So that's it. We're done for today. So it has been a very nice around 26-27 minutes for a very nice 20-point run. I mean, that's all I do until I pass this account. That's all I do. That's all I do. I trade London, try to look for this kind of things. I get 20 points and then I'm out. So that's really it. We're gonna close this up. We've been really let me close this by talking about the daily chart. We've been really very difficult. Let me actually talk about the weekly chart first, and then we're gonna close this. So weekly chart, we've been really been bullish. I mean, price tends to come from January, February into March with a dip, and then March, April time period is normally a very nice bullish price. I mean, look at last year. Last year, that's what happened. January, February, March. But this was January, this was February, this was March, and then April time period, you get a run out. Even last year, it was a run throughout the year. Last 3 years, same thing here, January, February, March, April time period, March, April time period, look at the low here, we run higher. And then this going into July, August time period, and then August, September, we have a very special low and then runs out throughout the year. Same script, January, February, March, April time period, run higher. And then going into, even last year, we did not even dip in August very much. We just had this very small consolidation here, and then we ran out throughout the year. Same script this year, January, February, March, we had a dip, relative lows here. Then April, I mean July, April, beautiful run higher. So we're trading around here. My bias is still bullish on the weekly chart. So on the daily chart, we've been really forming a P-net. A P-net is where price does this kind of a triangle, this here, and then we have this here. These are just retail trading things on which I don't really believe in. So you can see we're forming a P-net, but my bias is still bullish on the weekly chart. Daily chart, I was looking at this BC here yesterday, we ran lower, and then we had this run higher, and then yesterday, very small bodied candle here, but we opened up, we were running higher. I bought yesterday in London. I was trading a run higher also. I was selling bullish prices in London. Got my almost 20 points, I think, to $39 also. And then we had a dip going into the New York session. So New York section is too fast for me, and it's too fast. That's just what I realized. On this account, you need to take them very slow, very slow. So that was it. We ran into this buy side imbalances and efficiency, and then we came back and closed up on that low. And going into Asia today, we've really been bullish since yesterday afternoon session until now. So we're still bullish. We're done for today. We're gonna wait for tomorrow what we'll have. We'll see what we'll have in tomorrow London. So until then, adios.